How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting in? Body getting a fuzzy. What's going on?
What's going on, people?
This is a day of another day. Of another day that we call Friday. Anybody been said what's going to people? Everybody's going to have a safe Friday and stuff. If you decide you want to go out and have a good time, hopefully you're going to be safe. Now, in case you don't know, we're going to talk about the story at hand. Now, there's a guy who was actually Covergirl, actually Coverboy, James Charles. Now, the media is going a little crazy and stuff because he made a little comment on Twitter in reference to Africa. It's not funny. It's not funny, Raven, but he made a little comment in reference to Africa. And this is what happened. Check this out. I'm sitting here and this goes across my news feed. Covergirl, new cover boy, James Charles, just said all Africa has Ebola. Last year, when we heard the news that Covergirl first covered a boy, we're excited makeup should not be exclusive to women because it isn't. All genders should be allowed to wear makeup. Covergirl, making the progressive steps forward, showed us that makeup can be defined by limits of gender. But today, Charles tweeted about fearing to go to Africa because he fears he's going to get Ebola. And he put on his tweet, I cannot believe we're going to Africa today. Oh my God, what if we get Ebola, James? We're fine. We couldn't gotten it at Capoli last year. Then someone put down, I will no longer support your company as long as he's on the campaign. This is ignorant because Ebola hasn't been an issue in Africa since last year. In fact, in January 2016-14, the World Health Organization said that Africa as a whole now cleared of Ebola. After making this tweet, James quickly deleted it and didn't apologize. He continued to avoid responsibilities for his ignorant statement. And there was a couple of things that was far as tweeted and said, you know, do not put words into my mouth. Holy fuck, I cannot wait to not have this cell service for 10 days and not to deal with Twitter. And this is a block and move on James block and stuff. And someone put, no, James, listen and learn that comments like that are problematic as hell. I love you, and this is offensive to me solely because, you know, in 2017, as a white person, still see Africa as a white grassland filled with animals and naked people. What many people don't realize is Africa is more than just Ebola of animals and naked people. Africa is one of the fastest growing economic places in Nigeria, has been a hub for trade in places like Kenya and boosting the technologies. In fact, Kenya has a technology development that has sent money to other people's phones because of Snapchat and Facebook. Now, Charles' ignorance, that is that of some same ignorance Taylor Swift has said in her videos, Wildest Dream. In the video, you only saw animals in the background as her and her white co-stars were focused. Continuous ignorance of Africa seems to never go away, and the world continues to steal resources from it, and they fail to learn about the people of the culture. Places like Starbucks has coffee, especially from Kenya. How dare James travel to Africa and not do his research? We should have kept this ignorance. He should have kept this ignorance treat to himself as a spokesperson of Covergirl. We have morals, obligations to hold up. By tweeting that, we are continuing to spread the ignorance of people about Africa. We are spreading false information. I will always be cautious of white gays. Many of them aren't that progressive. They lack intersectionality. You cannot define a whole continent with a disease that only affects few countries within. Africa is much more than the negative images that people portray on it. Hopefully James' apologies for his remarks. Ignorance is not a bliss. And of course it's coming from a website, Affinity Magazine, in reference to him and what was going on. And I wanted to make sure everything was facts. And as you see, I brought you the receipts. He said it. Okay, you see that? Now I got that from the website and stuff like that. You know, and the thing about it was that I've read everything, you know, as far as that, you know, and I'm trying to find out, you know, because my thing is this. He's young, he's still a teenager, you know, but that doesn't get the right of, you know, always feel as though you can say what you want to say, but I feel as though when you want to get out there, get on Twitter, or when you get to the platform that he has, you have to watch what you say. Now, me, myself, if I was in that platform, look, Covergirl, rumor has that you have a new opening. Shade. Rumor has it that you have an opening, look. And if you look at somebody go to Africa, listen. He's throwing a fit, he got to go on Twitter and everything, you know, have a tantrum and stuff because he don't want to go to Africa, Ebola. Listen. That would be some of our least worries in the world about going on a trip to Africa. Basically, the farthest we ever get to go is basically to the shopping store and come back. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, sometimes people don't understand how much of a privilege and a platform that they have until that platform has been removed. Here is a person like me, myself, would love a platform like that. You know, I'm the Covergirl model and I'm out there doing this stuff and they paying me just to put on makeup and talk about how fabulous the makeup is and stuff like that. And, you know, and I just don't understand, well, how is this such a big problem to you that they're paying for you to do this and that's your job and that's what you're doing, you're sponsoring this product. And basically, all you need to do is sit there and look pretty. You know, the thing about it is that it's not that serious. You know, and this is just my opinion and stuff. And, you know, you're making comments about Ebola and stuff like that. My thing is this. When I'm getting paid, I'm getting paid. And my thing is this, is that you, and the thing about people say, well, you know, you need to educate yourself. I get that and stuff. But my thing is this. There is kitchen tables. A lot of us talk about different things as far as a lot of things become reality, but we don't have the platform. When you are in the platform, in the public eye, you have to understand this. Everybody's watching your downfall. When you do stuff like this, I'm sure the girls, not necessarily me, but I'm sure the girls send applications and pictures of themselves with cover girls and videos and stuff. So basically, they want that spot, you know, because clearly you have made media again, but not in a positive way. Now everybody's going to side-eye you and they're going to look at you funny and they're not going to see the same way because they feel as though it's a racial move, even though it may not be that way. But the world we live in, they thrive on negative. And if you're a person that's on a platform, you do anything that you do, I'm talking to you, James, anything that you do, it's going to be ridiculed, it's going to be judged. Because that's the world we live in. And usually people like me don't get on that type of platform and stuff like that, but, you know, but you are on that platform, and when you are in that type of light, and you have a brand, a sponsor that's sponsoring you, you have to think about everything before you do anything. That's why a lot of times when it comes down to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, your manager, your agent wants to be in charge of what you put out there because it can hurt your brand. And then you be in the bathroom making videos. It's not funny, you know. It is what it is, you know. But it is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to share his story with you and stuff. Am I offended? No, because to me, I understand about people being young and saying things that they shouldn't say. And this is just the world we live in. And if everybody who ever made a mistake in life was punished for it, everybody would be punished for the rest of their life. People are allowed to make mistakes, and I'm sure he really didn't mean it in the context that he took it. But then again, if he did, you know, I have to, my friend said stop making excuses. Because you know what it is? I don't like to see young people be attacked and stuff like that, especially when they're young and they're gay and stuff. And my whole thing, I understand that we go through, but my whole thing is, this thing was like, oh my God, they're going to commit suicide. And it always puts them on. I have to make sure I'm very careful what I say, because I do not want anyone to kill themselves or find that the media or someone just pressuring them so much that they just snap. And I always feel as though I need to be the one that hold their hand and say, listen, it's okay. You know, even though I may not agree with you, but it's okay. Come on. You know, let's go get some ice cream. And, you know, and that's the kind of person I am, because I don't feel as though everybody's jumping on you, then I'm going to jump on you too. That's just not me. I just don't do that, because I want you to live, and I want you to learn it. It's okay to make mistakes and understand that we are human, and that's what we do. It's called human error. But people are going to forget that, because people are going to judge it. People are going to want to enjoy the downfall or the strike against you. But the thing about it is that when the shifts change and the tide moves and it's sitting in their lap, they're upset. They can't deal with it. So I'm not going to go against him. And I mean, I definitely don't agree with what he said, and I'm not surprised, but I do believe in my heart, and I may be wrong. Read the first time. I don't think he meant it that way. You know, it just meant it as a joke, but it wasn't taken as a joke, because you're on the platform, and that's something you need to think about. If I was on the platform and I'm making money, and my whole biggest problem is me going to Africa. Listen, I'll be in Africa with some makeup, honey. Look. Do you like Covergirl? Look. I'm like, here. Put some, look. Yes. Anyway, I just want to share that with you and stuff like that, you know, and I would love to hear you feel about this. I know some of you are going to go for the juggler, but it is what it is. Anyway, I want to hear you feel about this. Do you feel as though he was being really mean, or do you think it was taken out of context? This is my question to you. And hopefully you will give me an answer that is an answer from your heart. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to, if you do say something mean, I'm not going to disagree. I'm just going to thank you. Because I have to understand, I always say this to myself, this person is giving me their story from their point of view, so I have to respect you from that point of view. Anyway, that being said, I love you. Feel about this. I want to show that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Guess the